Hello, thank you for watching. If you could subscribe or leave a like or leave a comment, I'd appreciate very much. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, so this Power Harrow now, the rotten gearbox plate is there's a hole there. It's gone quite thin. But if I started smacking, that's only places you see it inside and around it. But I bet if I start smacking that, it'll go quite, you could make a hole maybe. So I did was, I got a piece of plate now. Big piece of plate, lined up two edges, say a bit of cutting in. Drilled one hole, bolted down solid. Drilled the one, bolted down so it wouldn't twist. Then I drilled through it all. I think it's, well, it's 10mm bolts, but the holes are 10.5 probably, punched a bit. Thing is, this dipstick piece now, it's like a round bit that's dented out and it's at angling. So, put that there. So I plan for that is also, I got one here, not sure the size of it, I need to just double check. I think it's just a nice fit around this, yeah, just a nice fit there. So plan is, I'll drill this out round, and I'll keep on going and I'll mark the plate behind it, and I put a marker for, vertical. Then I'll lay this on the marking I've made in the new one and just weld it there, because there's a step here, but I reckon this step is probably the same as the thickness of steel. So if I lay this just on top of it, it should space it out enough, because there's nothing to actually hit behind this. The lip only goes like that, and there's nothing there. So there's no, well, this probably only stiffens it, but put gloves in it, but they were still letting water into gearbox. So it's best to sort this now to save the gearbox then. I can fill the gearbox up with drain it all out with water and oily water, and fill it with nice clean oil and sealed off, keep it. If I don't get down to a A-frame for a bit, at least the gearbox will be saved then, and bearings inside it. Okay. So there it is. You can see the line there right round. So it'll be my marking. It just cut this out just nice where it's flat all around. So it should sit on it flat then. I've gone for a smaller one now. You see, I'm just leaving, I'm going to drill, see the inner line now, I'm going to drill right through that. And you see a bit of steel in between the two silver lines there. Give me a bit of place to put this and weld it on. Should work out just nice then. As I hope anyway. So we'll get back to it. Also, for starting, I put extra 2 bolts, so one each corner, just so hold it safe in. So that's drilled now. I'll go out now. I'll get a silver streak pencil and I'll mark around it where I need to cut then. Then I'll bolt this off and get but this marking now. I'll get even round it. The same place now, and in here, because it's sitting on top of the steel there, it should be spaced out like it was as well, so the level should be the same then. It's a bit there, but some more rust vibrated off, and you see there's a little pinhole there, a bit more down on one of them. But if I started smacking it and starting to patch it, I'd probably make more holes in it, little pinholes like that to leak. So it's best to keep it like that. This hole, is a bit at the bottom there, but I think it's right there. Okay, so have this cut now. I need to take the burrs off and clean the rust off, and clean that plug itself. Okay. Okay, so I've just run out of time and daylight, so I've just tacked it into place. I need to take a wire brush and go over it a bit better and weld up fully, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, finished welding. Bluntly honest, not my best work. I'll just show it anyway. You can make jokes about bird being at it, but yeah. I went round it alright, then buff a hole inside this where the pitting was. I thought it wasn't too bad the pitting there, but yeah, it was thin.
Oh my, what a mistake to make.
And just kept on following a hole right round until there. And it did try to put one in front as well, but it just kept on going past the pitting, so until I got to end it was just holes in, gone thin. So I've got that all sealed up again. So I went around it and got all that sealed up again. Then I made another hole here when it was a bit of pitting here as well, and a hole went there and there's a bit there. Okay, so that's done. Only thing then because of welding only one side, I try to go here, there and everywhere, to spread the heat out. But still, this whole middle sort of pulled all the middle in, and the plate, the middle bowed out like that. So I've been at it now, straightening it. I've got it fairly straight. The bolts will pull it down, and the gasket will take up any little discrepancies in. But it's fairly straight now. I've been bending it and trying to straighten it with 3 clamps and everything. Trying to pull the middle back down. So yeah, I've cleaned the inside of it. I won't paint the inside of it because gasket goes there, and well, best get rid of the rust anyway from a gasket. Most of it anyway, and get rid of the rust and the little specks that have gone through the holes there. So because there's oil, I need to seal here the gasket, and there's oil there. I won't paint the actual inside of it. I'll paint outside now. But before doing painting, I had gloves on my hands, so I stuck my finger in there in the hole there just to seal it off, and put some paint thinners in it, and put it upside down and look through it to see if I could see any leaks where the welds were. But it looks alright. It doesn't. It looks like it's sealed up. Well, thing is, thinners, it won't affect the paint at all when I paint it. It'll just evaporate off. Plus, it's thinner than anything else. So if something's gonna leak, it's gonna be the thinners. So find out any leaks now before going further in. I need to put a dab of weld something to seal something off. But it looks alright then. So that's the plate finished now. A good coat of red oxide on it, stop it rusting, and we have a tin of Howard orange somewhere. I cut this using the plate, make a couple of holes now just to line it up using the plate as well. Now I've put it on the machine. Now I'll go around with a hammer and tap around the inner edge and the extra of the holes in, so making a new gasket for it. Right. See, as you can see, got it pretty mopped up, bottom of gearbox and all, and sanded right round. I looked at the bed, and the bed's pretty dry, so and the rotor's underneath a bit wet, so probably have to do the seals. So we might have to take this gearbox off to get at the rotor underneath it to change the seals. So I think for now I'll just fill it up with some clean back end oil tractor, and just to keep it from rusting. And you can see it. So that's it done then. For part I need to make this part again. But the gearbox is full of used tractor back end oil, but it was the first stuff that came out of the tractor through the spools, and it's been settling in the tank for a while, so it should be right, the stuff at the top. But it'll just keep that preserved then. We'll drain it again. Maybe it'll be worth to go for a bit, then drain it so it gets all the rubbish out of it, all that greasy stuff out. But yeah, needs to be gear oil and that really. So thing is, I probably have to lift that off to get that to the rotor underneath. I've looked up, there's a manual online and shows you take that off, there's a nut there, and the shaft comes up through, and you take that nut off and it should drop down through to change the seals in. So yeah, there's one just inside here. I have to take the frame off to get it at it, so maybe we'll do that while we're doing a frame, and I have to get a gearbox probably for the middle one there. But I'll get new oil and new gasket at the bottom, etc. This will just keep it right for now. Well, the plate is permanent, but yeah, can redo the oil then. So yeah, thank you for watching, and that's it from me. So probably leave this until next year for doing the headstock there. Bit of time in the summer, maybe out of the yard. It'll plasma cut it off and cut a new one, etc. But yeah. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get find the spares machine or something and get the headstock. So not sure yet, but that needed doing to keep the gears good then. As you saw in the video for us, the teeth are looking quite good, so it's worth keeping it just nice then. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye from me for now then. really, if you're starting off and getting a pillar drill in, worth you getting some of these. To us, we just pretty much buy them as we need them, and I think there's one there unused, probably had a couple start off with, but the rest we just buy them as we need them, and the smallest one is a mini digger bucket pins, so I go, there's a fair selection down steps in. Comes quite handy, like a job like this in. But I think with like say 10, 15, something like that. I think some of them like 10 or maybe less each. As I go bigger, more price, but not that dearly anyway. Now this thing as well, this takes them in. So there's a thread there and thread at the top, so you screw it in, and then there's a dowel there, and you line up a hole on top of these, and you push that down. That takes the shock with. So if you didn't have this, it would get really tight on the thread then. So yeah, there's a little tip there.